Okay, YouTubers, after careful consideration and actually sleeping on this for about the last 3 hours, I've decided to repost this video that people found offensive, with the exception that I've taken out the part that could have gotten me in shit. So that part is going to be deleted, so we're going to cut that bit out. And yeah, my inspirations for doing this were Nonoi and Slappy the Penguin. They were my main influences in taking it down and reposting it. So I'm reposting it with a bit taken out that it's pointless to have up there. I don't want it up there. I'm ashamed of it. You know, it's you know, something I did back when I was 19. So here we go again with me and Sam, part 3, and talking absolute bullshit. So if you feel like putting up with 9 minutes more of bullshit, then feel free. I'm not going to stop you. So take it away. And hey, no offense to Christians, notice that the people that are making the most offensive remarks are not me. It's Sam. Blame it all on him.
Yes, at the time I remember thinking, there's one consolation here. I'm in jail, but Nick's been in jail too. And I was like, yes! You know, I've damn straight, Nick's been in jail. That lets me off the hook in this incredibly embarrassing situation. I had to go to court.
The next day.
I had to go to court. No. I had to go to court like a month later, so I thought, I wore a pair of tartan pants to court. I thought, why the fuck not? I've already made a fool. So I turn up in a pair of tartan pants, fucking looking like a complete tool. And then the judge has taken one look at my case and literally just gone. Like literally like that. Just looked at what the description of what I've done, just gone. And then just threw it out of court.
He threw it out of court?
They let me off. I caused like thousands of dollars worth of damage. I say thank you, whoever was involved in that let me off.
Thank the magistrate,
yeah. They fucking let me off. They let me off. They just were like, go home, and that's it.
Because the last time I was in court, it was for riding my motorbike without, you know, license, rego, and fake number plate and all that shit. I rocked up in what I thought was a pretty smart outfit, you know. I mean, obviously, you know, I didn't wear a tie and shit, but like I had a proper shirt and, you know, kind of little surfy jacket that looks quite, you know, respectable. And the judge told me he didn't like my attitude. Before I said one word, he said, I don't like your attitude. And I think maybe it was the way I was standing or the way I was kind of laughing it off like it was all a big joke, like, because I knew I wasn't going to get pinned, but then fucking he did, and he fucking fined me and shit. Which I still haven't paid, of course.
Yeah, well, Nick, you've never paid any of your...
That's right.
Nick's got a lot. I'm sure Nick's probably told you, but Nick has a vast, massive, humongous debt to society, which he has never paid off.
Well, not just society, but financial institutions.
You name it, he owes money to everybody. But this is part of Nick's charm, you see? The charm of someone that's just willing to spend everyone else's cash. Which, this is the thing. You actually don't, if you're a quite charismatic and fun person, you know, look at myself, I'm pretty, like, charismatic. You know, it just gets you off of things. So, you know, all you kids out there, if you look pretty good in a pair of shorts or whatever, just fucking get out there and cause mischief, because if you're from a good background, they just let you off.
They do.
Every single time. You can, Nick's held up.
Whoa. Okay, now this is the place we're not going, okay? We're not going there. This is where it all fucked up for me. Unnecessary. Okay, carry on, Sam. Why did you call me again?
I wanted to get drugs.
Yeah, he wanted to get drugs.
See, for 2 years, I've not taken any drugs at all. But, you know, the thing is that you just... like, I've done everything. I've gone on romantic walks on the beach. I've read novels. I've read fiction. I've read.
You've read fiction.
I've read fiction. I've read.
Believe it or not.
I've read self-improvement books. I read Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, which is dated.
Do you really think you needed that?
No, not really.
Stop leaning out of frame. I told you we have to be up all close and personal. Yeah, so that's better. See?
So yeah, look, I've tried working industriously. I've tried saving money. I've tried doing wholesome things like, you know, engaging in hobbies and pastimes. But there's still, at the bottom of my soul, is this niggling little fucking rat bag that wants to do something dodgy. No matter how wholesome I try to be, I could join a church group, whatever, I'd still want to fiddle with something and do something stupid.
Oh, hey, well, here, look. No, so
Okay.
that was a joke. I joined a church once, remember? Do you remember that? That Vietnamese church out at Kingsgrove? My doctor, like, that I was getting Valium off at the time when I was about 20. Like,
Yeah, and the Vietnamese church.
yeah, the Vietnamese church.
Yeah.
They were all Vietnamese.
And you went on that camp.
And I went on a camp with them and did
You
fucking
of all
skits.
people, a
Yeah.
church camp.
A church camp, yeah. And you know, the sole reason I went on this church camp was to stay on good terms with this Vietnamese doctor because she was handing out the scripts like a motherfucker. And so I'd do anything she asked. She goes, Nick, I just want you to come to our church once. And I ended up going every Sunday with them for about, you know, a couple of months. And it was good. I met some lovely people, but they all tried to convert me to Christianity. And they even, you know, we all did a kind of threesome joining hands prayer saying, please, Jesus, come into my heart and light it up. But fuck, you know, that shit doesn't work. Fucking Jesus doesn't exist. Well, he was a person.
It's a sad, no, look, I'm glad we're touching this subject because there's nothing more. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say this if anyone's religious out there, but seriously, religions are for fucking saps. I mean, why? You know what annoys me about religion is how people just go, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's about faith. Well, no, not in this day and age. Not in these times.
I'll tell you what it's about. It's about the community feel, and it's getting people together, and it's them, you know, being positive together and believing in something together as a group. Even if, you know, at the bottom of their minds they think that it's all bullshit, like Noah's Ark. Of course, that's bullshit. Everyone knows that. It's obvious. Okay, where did you get the marsupials from? Fucking where do you get marsupials from in Israel?
Yeah.
Fucking it doesn't happen. So like what I'm saying is the Bible and all that is bullshit, but it does teach good philosophies and it does teach a good way to live. And if you get together with Christians, they're good people and they'll treat you well, they'll take you in, they'll be forgiving of you. I mean, for the majority of them, not all of them.
Look, I think that's honestly, I think that's all fair and well. But if there was ever a religion I adhere to, it is science. Science proves things in laboratory conditions, and for me, I think community is fabulous. But why have a community that's based
on bullshit?
Based around bullshit. I mean, you may as well just make it something that's true, because it just seems like a more solid foundation to base a whole ideology off something that could be true instead of some far-fetched, stupid story. You know, Jesus may have lived, but look, people get all these grants and stuff, like even scientists who are like somewhat religious and somewhat science get these massive grants from governments all around the world to study things like the Turin Shroud. The Turin Shroud being the shroud that supposedly had Jesus Christ in it when he was resurrected. Okay.
They reckon it could be a Da Vinci.
Yeah, they reckon Da Vinci.
You read Angels and Demons?
Oh, I watched a documentary the other day about it, but the whole thing, like, how these people, I saw a guy on TV who, in this same documentary, who'd studied crucifixion for his entire life. I mean, what's to fucking know about it? You get a fucking cross, you nail someone to it. Is that fucking that hard to work out? He's like, oh no, it's all these sort of, I've worked out an algorithm which, it pertains to the way the nail penetrates and where exactly. It's like, who cares? You just nail someone to a fucking cross. This guy spent his whole life studying it. Yeah. What a waste of time. Why did they give him money to do that? Why can't I have money to study my own asshole or something like that?
And the other thing is, what was I going to say? Is when they start to use the Bible's philosophies as their own, and they kind of shun people for contradicting what the Bible says. Like, for example, you talk about gay marriage and stuff like that. When you talk to a religious person, they're only against it because it says it in the Bible. But then it also says, like, about 2 passages later that thou shalt not cut your own beard and stuff. You're meant to grow a beard, men aren't meant to shave. But these clean-shaven guys are saying, look, the Bible says you can't be gay, you can't lie with another man. But then they don't have beards. So, I mean, it's so contradictory that when people start using the Bible's philosophies against other people, that's when it gets negative. But I mean, as a whole, the community feel and the philosophies that it teaches are, I think, good and brings people together in a positive way. I mean, but when it comes down to it, everybody knows it's bullshit.
I don't think they do though.